What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be getting into episode 6 of this series, predicting every team's NFL season. Now it is the Cleveland Browns. We have done the entire AFC South, and we did the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if you want to go and check out those videos before I go down and spoil them in that standing bar, you may do so. But anyway, let's get into it. Starting out here with week 1, they got a tough first game against the Cincinnati Bengals. And I do think that they'll be able to beat Cincinnati week 1. Obviously, we know that the Bengals are obviously a really good team, but I do think that the Browns will beat them with Deshaun Watson. And a Monday night game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, I do think Cleveland drops that one. So they find themselves at 1-1. A game against Tennessee at home. I think they'll be able to win that one at home. And then we got a game against the Ravens at home. I think Ravens goes into Cleveland and actually steals one against the Browns. So that is the Ravens. That's their first 4 games. They're already at the bye week, so early bye. That's not very great for them, but they get it. That's what they're gonna have to deal with. So they go to week 5. I mean, the good thing is they're gonna need this bye against a really good San Francisco 49ers team at home. I do think with that bye week and being at home, it will be enough to just barely get the job done against Cleveland. But then I think they lose to the Indianapolis Colts, get kind of trapped in that game. It's not the worst Colts team in the world, so I do think that the Colts can go in there, at home and hold their home crowd and get a win. The Seahawks, a tough game against Seattle. I think they actually lose to the Seahawks, and they're going to drop to 3-4 with a loss there. That's a tough road game. So 3-4 right now. But then they get an easy one against the Cardinals at home. I think that they can get the job done. I don't think that the Ravens sweep them. So I do think that they get the revenge, even though it's on the road. I think they'll be able to win that one. And again, I don't think the Steelers sweep them, so I'm going to go with them again against Pittsburgh to advance to 6-4. A tough game here against the Denver Broncos. These two QBs, we all know, Russell Wilson and Watson, are looking to bounce back after 2 tough 2022 campaigns. I do think that Wilson and the Broncos being at home, and I just think that they're slightly the better team. I think they'll be able to win that one. But then they get a game against the Rams. I think they'll be able to beat Los Angeles right there. Advance on to 7-5 on the season, if it'll load. There you go. A tough game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I'm actually going to give it to them at home. And a game against the Bears. I think that they could beat the Bears. So 8-5 on the year. Last 3 weeks here, they can have an opportunity to make the playoffs. Against the Houston Texans, I actually think they fall to Houston. Trap game scenario here. They got a game against New York next week, a massive game on Thursday Night Football. I think that they get trapped. Houston, I think, is a very big trap candidate team here, and I think they would do it. So then we have the New York Jets against the Browns. I'm just going to spoil the Jets. The Jets are probably going to be in a playoff contention spot at this time. These two teams, it really just comes down to the better team on a Thursday night short week game for me. And I think that's Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. So they lose that one. And now they would have to go into Cincinnati and sweep the Bengals in the season series. I don't think it happens. I think Deshaun Watson and the Browns are going to come up short there and lose it. That means they're going to find themselves at 9-8. The drama for you Browns fans, will that be enough to make the postseason? I guess you'd have to stay in store, ignore that conference rank. It's not fully set. But let's look at the records here. That would be a 9-8 record there for the Cleveland Browns. At least they do beat out their division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, right there. And then they go 3-3 in the division, split with everyone there. In the conference, go 5-7, not great. At home, pretty darn good at home. Finished 7-2 on the road, not good, 2-6. Then versus winning teams, and these don't really count actually. We would have to see the full schedule to see who is a winning team and a losing team. But anyway, guys, that is the Cleveland Browns season right there. 9-8 record. Will that be enough to slide in the playoffs in a tough AFC?